Crumple was a hit movie and novel, and now the Broadway tour is in Oklahoma City at the Civic Center. It's been nominated for 11 Tony Awards, and the musical score was Grammy nominated. The heartbreaking yet hopeful musical is a wonderful story of finding strength to overcome adversity. And with me here today are two of the leads in the musical, Taprina Augustine, who plays Shug Avery, and Edward Smith, who plays Mr., who we love to hate. It's a great role, though. You do a wonderful job. You both have had successful careers in theater. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. And now this musical deals with very difficult themes, and it takes place in a different time where racism and sexism was almost accepted. Is it tough for both of you to be in a production like this?
I think it gives you, as an actor, it gives you you have a lot of background to go on, as far as you can pull from not only the time and the period, but also what you know about what similar characters to yours went through during that time. Shug being a singer, my knowledge of singers during that time and getting to venues and having to use colored only areas or not even everything being on the so-called Chitlin circuit or being in venues that weren't necessarily the best or being treated the best. All of that fuels who Shug is in my head and what she has to deal with. And I think as an actor, when you get to play period pieces, it gives you a lot to work with.
I bet. I bet.
Personally, I identify with the period a lot, mostly because I had a lot of older relatives who lived through that period, and in growing up, I had relationships with them. So a lot of their mannerisms and things, I just identify with the period very, very, very deeply.
Yeah, that's interesting. Now, Edward, you play a character people love to hate, like I said, but there is redemption. Yes. How do you play that transformation, which comes off really naturally?
Well, thank you. How do I play it? I just try to play it as honestly as possible. It is a blessing to be able, as an actor, to play such a meaty role, because, as I've said in other interviews, you don't often get a chance as an actor to take a character from one place, from A to B. Usually the character has things that happen, but they stay the same. Here, the character actually changes, and for an actor, that's a nice piece of meat to really hold on to.
I bet. And now, Taprina, you play a character who uses her body to get what she wants, but she has a kindness in her as well. Yeah. What is the most challenging part of the role?
Honestly, I think the most challenging part of playing Shug Avery is getting people to love her. It's said in everybody loves Shug, but whenever you tell an audience that you need to love her, then people immediately don't want to love you. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
So you have to make her someone that they can relate to and see why everybody loves her. And you have to do that also being someone who's seen as promiscuous, someone who's seen as treating Celie badly in the beginning. So within all of that, you have to let people see who she is in spurts, so they understand why she is the way she is, and so they therefore love her.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing about it. Any role where you tell the person how they should feel about you, you have to really try to find a way to back it up so they actually do feel that way about you.
So true. Yeah. I was able to see the musical, and you do. When you hear that line of everybody loves Shug, you're like, well, no, who is this?
Right.
I don't know about that. Right. So what do you all love about this musical?
I love the spiritual aspect of it. I mean, I've been in a lot of shows, but this is one of the few shows that I've been in that had so much spirituality infused into the script. I mean, God is referred to, she's Celie, like the book. In the book, Celie, it's written in chapters, and each chapter begins with Dear God in her diary. So I've never been in a show that was so spiritually organic like this one.
Very nice. Yeah. Is there something about it for you that you really love?
Just from the musical theater aspect, of course I love that part. It fuels the show, but the beauty of the music and the fact that they could tell such dark issues, but in such a way that you're not afraid as a member of the audience to watch it.
Right.
Or and then it goes right into a number like Hell No, where you feel triumphant at the end.
Right.
It's an inspiring show, and we've had people come up to us and cry afterwards and say, "Oh, I did not expect to feel that way at all."
Right.
And I think that's the point of the musical. That was the point of the book.
Definitely. Now, Oprah Winfrey obviously was in the movie version. Which role did she play?
Sophia.
Okay, that's
yes,
what
yes.
we were thinking that she did. And yeah, there wasn't a dry eye with the people who I went with. It was very touching. Such a wonderful musical. Now, The Color Purple is at the Civic Center Music Hall through January 20th. Go to celebrityattractions.com for ticketing information. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.